Hi, I'm Rachel Whitefield, certified life coach, and with me is our resident luminous lady, Jackie Black. Thank you for joining us on another fabulous episode of Whiskey Bent
Spellbound with Black.
and Whitefield.
Yes, right. What are you drinking?
Jackie, I am so glad you asked. As our long-term listeners know, on our last episode, I was in Breckenridge, Colorado on a little staycation, a little local vacation, if you will, before
Loved
the
it.
season, the really crazy season gets kicked off in Breckenridge. So none of the slopes were open. We just got a dusting of snow, but it was really nice. I did a little leaf peeping. And while I was up there, peeping some leaves, I decided to support local distillery, Breckenridge Distillery. So today I am
Ooh,
drinking Breckenridge spiced whiskey. So there was many different varieties at our local liquor store, but I decided to go with the spiced. And there is a little seal right here that says Breckenridge spiced whiskey, enjoy by the fire.
love that.
Colorado on a campfire and a little bit of whiskey. What are you drinking today?
I still have my good fucking bourbon. I'm probably gonna finish it off today. I have like two Jackie drinks left in it. So I was
Two
like, let me
Jackie
just
drinks.
finish this off. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
two Jackie drinks, because you know me. I'm a
You know,
sipper.
a little heavy-handed.
But I have a little bit of this left from our good friend the sledgehammer.
Mm.
So I still have some of that. And I'm just going to mix it with a little bit of ginger. But this week, I have ice molds and you have ice
I
molds.
have new ice molds and I have been
So let me
waiting
share
to
mine
show
because
you.
mine are not very big and I don't want them
Okay.
to melt before I get to before
Oh,
I get to
okay.
show you.
I was afraid we had the
Okay.
same new ice molds.
I don't think we do.
No, okay, go on. Because you're gonna die when you see mine.
You're going to die. I have witch hats
Oh my God. Oh, and you put the purple little
and I put
amethyst
the
glitter.
amethyst.
I could, I'm a little too
Look at
familiar
it.
with fancy sprinkles and I can I just knew the
I know,
glitter.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a whole bunch. Oh,
Your
one of
little
them
witch
broke. It's okay. It's
hats.
okay. But look how cute they are.
They are so cute. And
I
it's
can't handle.
season
I can't get in my drink right now.
right
What
now.
do you have?
I'm so glad you're sitting down because this came in my boo basket this year.
And it was quite the boo basket.
He done messed up because he knocked it out of the park and he's just
He
gonna
really
have
did.
to do it every single year. But I have coiled snakes.
Be still my heart.
You know, I have the cobras. And this
Yes.
is like a coiled snake. And then I put some rose gold shimmer powder on it as well. So it didn't stick to both sides, but
Okay.
I know my ADHD gets in control of me sometimes, but I have had these sitting in the freezer for like 2 weeks now because I was like, do not use them. And I have to save them. Like I have to be prepared for the show. So I have coiled snakes with rose gold shimmer powder on
I
them, and I have been dying to use them. So
I love that. We have great new ice molds. This is ridiculous.
I know, right?
In the best way. Like, please do not mess with us in our my ice molds. Like, in fact,
No.
send us links if you ever find off the wall ice molds, please immediately send them to us. We will get them. We will
Yes,
get
send
them.
us a link. We're gonna do it. Yes.
We're gonna do it.
Where else can you pour campfire whiskey over a snake and still be safe? That's
Oh,
gorgeous.
I'm obsessed. Look,
That
clinkies. Let's have a drink.
Plinkies. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Because I'm gonna need it today because I am in a mood, Rach.
Ooh, okay. Oh, I can taste the spice. So,
Yeah, it's delish.
yeah. So it says like a little bitter finish with touches of honey and vanilla. And then it says some say that Breckenridge Spice Whiskey is a great fireside sipper and that the spices evoke memories of holidays and family. And others say it can be used in small doses and it might be make some interesting seasonal holiday cocktails. So maybe I'm jumping the gun a little as we are still in spooky season, but
I don't
mm,
know. That description sounds like it would be great in a hot toddy.
It does have like the cinnamon is very bold and forward, and I like that.
Mm.
But it's like sweet. Mm.
Mm. Yep, that sounds like it would be good in a
Little
hot toddy
banana.
for sure.
I like it a lot.
Banana?
A little, just that little sweetness, you know?
Mm. Love it.
So I know you said you are in a mood today, and I know that this was the episode idea today. I mean, we had like our list of topics, and we're like, we have to push this one in.
Yeah.
We just have to
We need
talk about it.
this
Mm-hmm.
right now while it's fresh because I'm feeling some kind of way. I feel like you're feeling some kind of way, almost the same but different. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's a different situation, but very much the same mindset we are both having.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to snap out of it. And we want to help our listeners who are also feeling this way. At this time of year, I feel like it kind of kicks in for me as well. But
Yes.
the the lack mindset, so like the mindset of having being lacking or
Mm-hmm.
lacking something,
Mm-hmm.
whether that be financial or like goal wise, or like the holidays are coming up, and for me I feel like that's when it really gets heavy. I don't know, and I go through this like just mindset of like I don't it's not enough, like something is lacking, something is missing.
And I really think maybe as we're recording, I don't know, a week before Halloween right now, that we know that's looming. And as soon as like Halloween happens, then I mean, we're in the last quarter of the year and it's very
Yeah.
much like, oh my God, see, like I have to buy Christmas presents and I have to do all these things. And it's like, do I have enough?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, but also it really puts into perspective of like 10 months have passed. We have 2 months left. Like, what have I done with this year? Because it goes by so fast. The days are
So
long, but the
fast.
years are short, you know?
The years are like a blink of an eye, it
Yeah.
feels like. And
So
I wish they would slow the
it,
fuck down.
yeah. And I just feel like since we were both kind of experiencing this phenomenon at the same time,
Yeah.
really talk about it because the whole point of the show is like, if I'm experiencing it, I can't be the only one. So let's talk about
Right.
it. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So for me personally, I have been really struggling professionally. Like, not with like being, how do I explain this? I am excellent at my job.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I will brag on myself all day long. I am a phenomenal property adjuster. If you are a friend of mine and you have questions about your homeowner's insurance, absolutely call me because I am phenomenal at my job and my company knows it. But at the same time, because I feel like that, I feel like I should be further ahead than I actually am. Why do I feel that way, Rachel? Oh, it's because I spent 10 years putting myself and my career and my advancement on the back burner for a man who turned out to be a total piece of shit in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And I put myself on hold. So I'm not further advanced in my career. And um, I feel like that's very frustrating for me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm not making the money that I should be making at my age. I feel like I'm not as comfortable as I should be at my age. And I understand that everybody else's timeline is not my timeline,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's fine. But I still feel like if I didn't put those 10 years towards a fucking man, I would be so much further. And we've talked about this. I've said I felt that way so many times. But I feel like as it gets closer to the holidays, that is so much more prevalent in my mindset. And I
Mm-hmm.
get really anxious and I get really like stressed out about money and like what I could do to make extra money and like how I can solve this problem very quickly. And that's just like recently I just started feeling just like anxious, lacking. I need more. I need to do more. I need to make more moves, more money moves, be smarter about this. Now, let's compile that with my phenomenal year, my year from a movie. Like, nobody could have seen my year coming.
We didn't for sure.
We didn't. this has been wild.
I-
It's been a roller coaster, and I
yeah.
love that I have so many people vicariously living through my experience,
Hmm.
because it's such a different perspective. Like when you have a year like mine, and you're in your 20s and you don't have kids, that's one thing. But
Hmm.
when you have a year like mine and your kids are adults and you've gone through some shit that should really have killed you,
Hmm.
and you get to do this, it's like a whole different feeling. And I love that people get to live vicariously through me. However, some of this cost a lot of money. And at one point, I think I looked at you and I said, I'm just gonna cross that bridge when I get to it. And lo and behold,
Lo and behold,
the
we're at
bridge is
we're at the
the
bridge
bridge is the bridge is like right
and
there, and
there.
like it is stressing me out. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Now I have some shit to pay off.
Hmm.
Now I have accrued a little bit of debt, living my best life.
Hmm.
And that has been a struggle as far as like my mindset of
Hmm.
lack.
Yeah.
So, what about
Yeah.
you?
Let's get to
Because I
where
know yours
I'm
is different, but the same. Different, but the same.
different but the same. Exactly,
Yeah.
because I am worried a little bit financially because I was laid off from my job in July. I got my last paycheck in August and now it's pushing November. And so and it's like I feel like just because I don't have anything right now, it means I'm not going to have anything in the future.
Yeah.
You know, like you would if I was in your position and still getting a steady paycheck every 2 weeks, I would be like, oh my God, I don't have anything right now. But then I forget that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to be paid every 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
so where I sort of am now is so I'm like, I am getting a new business off the ground. I have gone back to doing wonderful, spectacular nails
They
and
are wonderful and spectacular.
charging what I'm worth.
Appropriate
And
prices.
so it just feels like because I don't have anything right now, it feels like I won't have anything in the future.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it is the week before Halloween, time of recording, but I'm worried about Hanukkah presents for my nieces and nephew. And I'm like, do I need to talk to my sister about not getting them anything this year? Because I'm just trying to cover my own expenses, But then it's like, okay, I don't have to buy them 8 presents, each. It's just like you just get them one and it doesn't have to be big. And, they're all growing up so fast. It's like this is their last Hanukkah. One of them is like, this is their last Hanukkah at home, like
Yeah. Yeah.
as a high schooler, because they're going to be
Yeah.
off to college and stuff. So it's like the things that I know I will have to spend money on in the future. I worry about how I'm going to afford that because I don't have a lot right now.
Right.
But like you said, you had a spectacular year that I know that you do not regret, that you would do
Right.
over again in a heartbeat. You just come to the bridge of like, we'll worry about that when we need to worry about that. And now it's come time to worry about that.
Now I'm
But,
stressed the fuck out about it. And where am I going to get the money to worry about that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
it is that. And then it's right before the holidays. So we feel the same way. Like, you're like, oh, fuck Hanukkah. I'm like, oh, fuck Christmas.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like, how am I going to give the Christmas to my partner, to Deadpool, that he deserves, that we want to have? And I just want to say, like, the universe has provided. You said you wanted to travel, the universe has provided.
that's true.
I think of all the trips you went on, you paid for one of them yourself. So
Right. I
yeah,
did.
and
I only
so
paid for one of them. Thank you so much.
and and so it's like for me, money has appeared. I
Right.
came into a little bit of inheritance. I don't have any debt anymore. And so
Yeah.
it's like that really took a lot off my plate. I saved up for Disneyland. That one is there and ready to go. I haven't had a steady paycheck in nearly 3 months and I have not touched my savings.
See?
So it's like, oh, it always appears this week. I have 6 clients this week and that's really incredible right before I'm about to take off. And
Yeah,
I
and you're just starting your business, so for you to have that many clients already is just a uh prelude. I don't know. Like
yeah.
it's showing you like you're gonna have so much more so
Mhm.
quickly
Yeah.
because this is built up very fast.
very fast. And it's like I just have to remind myself, like when I was in Washington State, my salon was Best of Western Washington. I had to turn people
Right.
away and I had a wait list. And it's like I'm I'm not worried about I'm not worried about my skill set and what can happen because I was like, the money is there.
Hmm.
The money can be made and I'll be making the same as I was on that NASA contract. And that is spectacular. But it's
Yeah.
also like, I have been getting spousal support from my divorce for 6 years and it ends the end of next year. So I still have it for like another year plus.
But I love that for you.
But every time it hits my account, I'm like, first to
Oh,
the 15th, I'm like, oh my gosh, oh yeah, I also get that too.
yeah, you
And it's like,
forget.
I am on unemployment. That
Yeah.
covers my rent. Like, does my sister buy me a grocery gift card every now and again? Absolutely, she does. But it's like,
So you have
I
family who support
I
you.
have a little bit,
Yeah.
like when we go out to dinner, they'll buy my meal, kind of thing. So it's not like they are truly financially supporting me, but they keep my money in my pocket at this point. Let's put it
Yeah,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
And so it's really, really wonderful that I was like, oh, okay. But my transition is when I was making six figures on this NASA contract, it was easy to go out and buy everything not that everything I wanted, but
But
I,
pretty much, you
I could
didn't
just go to the
feel
grocery
that mindset.
store and just buy my groceries.
Yeah.
Like, could buy the good brands. I could buy,
Yeah.
so it's like if I wanted to go to the mall, I could be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can buy myself a new coat. I could do that."
Right.
And now that it's like we are in this lack mindset and it's just very much like I don't leave the house a lot because I am that person where it's like, "Oh, I will want to buy that." Like a side
Girl,
effect of ADHD is impulse control and
ma'am,
impulse buying.
when I leave the house, I spend $150 every single time. I step
Leaving
out of the house,
Yeah.
$150 gone. I don't know where the fuck it's going,
Yeah,
to be
so
honest. But
leave
every time I leave the house, that's what happens.
it's a little treat at Starbucks. It's a little bit of this. And so it's
Buy
just this
myself a little treat.
little things because you're like, yeah, it is. And so but also what I'm struggling with is like not leaving the house is kind of bad for me because I do struggle with
Yes.
depression.
Right.
And so it's like, okay, but only go to the Starbucks. Only get yourself a little treat. Like you don't go to lunch with your friends because you don't
Mhm.
need a champagne lunch. So it's just kind of a lack mentality for me is it's struggling with a lifestyle change,
Yeah.
you know, but also to know that it's like one health or growth is not always linear. So
Yeah.
kind of what I tell myself is like there I can see all the trees starting to change and go
Yep.
into
Here
hibernation. I don't
too.
want to say die, but the trees
Right.
are going to hibernation. And it's like they're just conserving themselves so they can bloom next year.
Yeah.
And so it's like not everything blooms all year round. And so the
Yeah.
fact that I might be going into a little conservation of self, I say that's okay. Don't unpack and live here forever,
Right.
you
Don't do
know?
that.
Mhm.
If you need to take a day, but don't take 3 or 4 days.
Yes, but to also know that it's like, okay, Rachel, I have a calendar right in front of me when I see my schedule, and it's like, you have 8 weeks before Hanukkah. There's plenty of time. Like, I bought
Right.
Deadpool's present, I think, as soon as with one of my last paychecks because I was like,
Yeah.
I got to get this right now. And will I not be
Right.
able to afford it? So but I also like buying presents like throughout the year
Yeah.
for people as well. But it's just more of just because I don't have a lot right now, I feel like right now, what I have or don't have, it will be the same in the future.
Yeah.
And this week has been a really great week for me as far as like building my business back up. And I'm just like, again, the money has shown up and it's like, okay, like what do I do? Usually there's no money in my account right now. Like and
But
again,
that's a good
I'm in a lack mindset, but things are still coming to me that are very beneficial. So it's almost
yeah.
like what more
But
could come my way if I actually wasn't scared,
right.
you know?
That's so I've been dealing with that a lot because like I said, like I feel pigeonholed. I feel like I'm relying on somebody else for my paycheck. And remember, I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? And I just think of like, oh, I can start this business or I can start that business because down deep down, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, but
Hmm.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
So scared to just do it on my own.
Because I think
So
you see those LLC fees that Virginia charges, and you're just like, well, I don't have any money. I can't do it. And then it
I'm broke.
stops you.
And then it stops me.
It stops you from
And then,
moving
yeah,
forward into, hey, I want to go do something else and
different.
more. And then you're ready to take that step until it's like, I will have less.
Yeah,
And then you stay
dude.
stuck.
And then I stay stuck.
Hmm.
It's so frustrating. And then, so I have all these ideas, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe if I get a job that pays a little bit more, and we talked about this, the job market is so much harder right now than I've ever seen it. Like, there's jobs out there. We have tons of job growth in our country right now. Like, I think they added like a million jobs or some shit like that last year.
Hmm.
Something I can't remember what the number was, but I remember it was like a record number of jobs in 1 year.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, where are they? Where do I apply for said jobs?
Yeah, where are those jobs?
Where are
Because
they?
I want to say that I know that you are looking for like a further expansion within the company that you work for, as far as I know.
Yeah,
And for me, being on unemployment, one of the requirements is that I do apply for jobs, and I am applying for jobs that are in my wheelhouse as far as web content producer, um, and Scrum Master, if anyone's in like Agile and like the software development life cycle. So I still am applying for those jobs that I am absolutely qualified for. So
yeah,
I am doing what is right by what is required.
right,
And I could take those one of those jobs part-time while I build this other business and get it off the ground. I mean, there are options around. So I'm not applying for things that I'm not qualified to do. I want to be very clear about that.
right.
And I apply for 100 jobs a month, like
Like minimum.
quite a few. Like probably, I'm so sorry I did the math wrong. Probably 50 jobs a month
Yeah, 50 is
because
still a lot.
I apply like 10 jobs a week,
Yep.
you know, and I have to submit all of those records to the state of Colorado. And I have every single like
Rejection.
rejection
Yeah.
email. And I
Yeah.
worked on a NASA web modernization project. And I always thought, man, that's the golden ticket. Like if you work for NASA, like that's it.
Yeah,
That's
you're supposed
it.
to be able to get a job after that easily.
Nothing.
And so here's the
Not
thing, the
even
same
one
thing goes
interview callback.
with my like licensing. All
Mhm.
of the licensing that I have, that's not typical. Usually adjusters are just licensed in their state, but like some big companies will license you in all states, and then you just get to take that everywhere.
Yeah.
So it used to be that my all licenses resume got me an interview wherever I wanted to. And now it's like, well, if you're going to get an interview, you're also going to work in an office. Whereas before it was all work from home. So now I'm just like at a point where I also want to change careers and things like that. And it's hard to even get your foot in the ground floor at this point. And I feel like we also might be hitting like women of our certain age, you know?
Yeah.
So we might start experiencing because there's a lot of Gen Z that are entering the workforce right now. So we might
Yeah.
start experiencing age discrimination. They
Hmm.
might start hiring younger workers.
Yeah.
So, I've been feeling like a mindset of lack. You've been feeling it in the same way. But like, why are we doing this show? We're doing this show today to talk about things we can do to fight against it.
Yes.
Right.
Hmm.
So one of the things that I do, and I feel it every year, and you have to do this consciously. You have
Yes.
to make this conscious decision when you start feeling this mindset to practice gratitude. And it is so easy. You don't have to say like big things like, oh, like I won the lottery, whatever. It's as simple as being grateful for having a roof over your head and food in your belly, waking up that day. I'm so grateful for having my cat in my lap and feeling, every single morning,
The
you
things that
know?
I do have.
You got to
Just
just think about all of those things and be so happy for them, because how much more lacking would your life be without them?
yes, and just because I'm feeling experiencing the feeling of lack does not mean that everything is lacking. Like I might just
Right.
be more aware of it, but it's like I am like aware, like, yes, I can go still buy groceries. Like, yes, I can go do
Yeah.
this. Yes, I have a roof over my head. It's gonna be warm in the winter time and I don't have to worry about that, like
Yeah.
so it's like just you're right, just absolutely being aware of what you do have while you're keeping an eye on, or you're aware of what you also like
Yeah.
would like more of. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Exactly. And for me, I feel like it helps me when I either write it on my mirror with a dry erase marker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy that I am able to pay all of my bills. I'm so happy that I'm able to go to work every day, that I have a job, that I get to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
I have all of this freedom. I'm so, and writing it down. So even like keeping a journal, it's hard for me personally to write in a journal regularly,
Mm-hmm.
but I have noticed that when I'm feeling some kind of way, just sitting down once or twice and just having a journal available. I know for us ADHD girlies, we probably have 100 journals, Rachel.
I feel
But
so seen and called out with right now. It's always like this one's gonna fix my life.
this
And
one,
then
I'm going to
and
write
then
in this
five
one every
pages
day.
in, and then it's just what?
But I have like a journal that I keep in my coffee table that every blue moon, like you'll see if you looked in it, it's like written in every 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I start talking about like just only things that I'm grateful for lately. And
Mm-hmm.
what I found is that even when I'm grateful for things that are hard, I have gotten so much more out of that. Like, I am grateful that I'm going through a little bit of a mindset challenge right now, because I know that when I get through it, I'm going to have that experience and that is going to be so helpful for me later on. I just
Mm-hmm.
know it. Like be having that mental fortitude to just think about what I am grateful for. You have to be grateful for the hard shit too sometimes.
Yes, yes, we do. Because yeah,
It's this the
it
only way to grow.
and not like, oh, well, how will you know they're good times if you don't have any bad times? It's not like that, but it's just more of like the struggle is what makes us strong.
Yes.
And so it's like when you have a struggle, you're like, okay. And when something gets harder later, you're going to be like, I know how to handle this because I've already been through it before. And it's like
Exactly.
starting this new business on that note, I'm only, the only struggle is getting as many clients as I want right away. I have the skill set, it's all in the brain. That was the
Yeah.
hardest thing when you're starting a
Right.
business, but I know how to run
Right.
a business and I know how, and even when we started our own business, I was like, Jackie, we're going to have to start an LLC. We're going to have to get an EIN. We're going to have to go get these things. And because of that struggle, it made it
Right.
easy for you to go into this. And I was like, oh, it's not hard. You can go do it,
Right.
And then it's like, it didn't, because I had started so many nail businesses from being a Navy wife and moving around. And it's just being like, oh, okay, I can start my business. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
how easy is this? Because I've already done the struggle before. And
Right.
so when we can go into in the future, like I'm sure we're going to have this same conversation in a different way next year,
Sure. Oh
because these
yeah.
like yearly kind of triggers come up. Have I done everything that I wanted to in this year? It's another year. Am I being the person that I want to be? And so it's like we'll look back and be like, remember when we were struggling making money on our business on?
Exactly. Exactly. That actually brings it to the next tool that I think is so important is surrounding yourself with positive people. Like the fact that we're both going through this and we're reminding each other to like, let's just talk about all the things that are good right now.
Hmm.
You know, like you're talking about, oh, I only have 17 appointments this month. And my brain goes, bitch, you have 17? You just started. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that positive mindset, that positive reinforcement with somebody around you, even if it's just one person,
Hmm.
helps you pull yourself out of that mindset. It helps you remind you to be grateful for just the little shit. Like
Hmm.
don't be ungrateful for what you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have, and having the person that's there,
I
like you are for me and I am for you. It's
Yeah.
so much easier to pull yourself out of that mindset.
And I think, I always say that comparison is the thief of happiness because
Yes.
I always, when I was at the peak of my nail career in Washington with my big nail salon, I was seeing 30 people a week.
That's a lot.
Like
That's crazy
it
rich.
was too much.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
bet.
like when I was like, okay, I'll be really excited when I see 30 people a month, and that's 30 appointments. It's not 30 different people because some people come in
Mhm.
every twice a
Mhm.
month, but it's just like 30 appointments instead of like 30 individual people.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for taking this moment to be like, bitch, you just started
Yeah.
6 weeks ago and you have 17 appointments. Like,
Yeah.
that you're right. It's not nothing. And it's
It's
something I
not
should be
nothing.
very proud of. And and you're right, I am. I'm going to take this moment. I am very proud of myself. Thank you very much. I got that website up. I got the cards. I got the little gift bags. I got it all. You're right. I have done a lot in setting up this business. But I think I'm just having an epiphany. I just need to take a moment of reflection of what I'm rebuilding and not where I was, you
Right.
know?
You just have to
Hmm.
rebuild that.
Yeah.
And I have to remind myself a lot like, yeah, but look at where you are now as far as like in the company. I'm not I'm not at the bottom.
Mm-mm.
And I'm at the top of the middle because of how hard I've worked.
Hmm.
I've grown as an adjuster, and I know that I've noticed because I'm told by leadership, like I'm now in a pipeline for leadership. So it's not something that I should like, I maybe I just feel frustrated because I feel like I should move forward faster because of my age. But that's not really necessarily the case because of how long I've been doing it. Like I have to remind myself of that. And I'm starting late in my career. So just because I'm not in a full leadership position by 42 doesn't mean I won't be by 45.
That's true. That's true. I think we just see where we want to be and are reminded where we're not. But
Yeah,
I think maybe this conversation is a good time to look backwards to actually see how far we've come.
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. And that brings us to another tool, celebrating other people's success,
Hmm.
which we do for each other
Absolutely.
constantly.
Hmm.
We're
Hmm.
like, brag to me, bitch. Tell me
Yes.
about everything.
I mean, what
Tell
you're
me
doing.
about your award. Tell me about your certifications.
That was really interesting because I was like, oh, I only have 17 services this month. And you were like, bitch.
But that's so many services already.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like, you're like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
You have to it's just about like if you celebrate other people's successes. I don't know what it is about celebrating other people's successes, but it calls in your own success, like putting it out. I mean, I'm a believer in energy in the universe and the power of attraction. I
Yeah.
absolutely believe I am a manifester like a motherfucker. So if I put out all the time as a celebration of everybody else's success, like I'm so proud of you. You started your business, you didn't let shit start or stop you. I'm so proud of Deadpool for
Mm-hmm.
all of his success in his professional career in such a short time.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of Sledgehammer. He's doing tons of stuff like in his career, and I love celebrating other
Mm-hmm.
people's success because I know one day it's going to be my turn too.
And I
Like I
remember,
know that when I get my graduate degree, I know for a fact you're going to be watching that live.
you
I know.
1,000%. Yes.
I know you're
If
going to be
I'm
watching
not,
that.
yeah, if I'm not there in
If you're
person.
not there,
Yeah.
you'll at minimum be watching my live.
a
You know who's
thousand
not?
percent.
Probably my family. Probably my entire family will not be watching.
Mm-hmm. But I
It's
think
like that. So like,
when you surround yourself with other people that you are not in competition with, that you are
yeah,
actually happy to be around and bask in their successes as well. Because I say when my
yeah.
friends are successful, I am successful.
We
And
don't
I think
go
as
up the mountain without each other. What do you say?
we get up the mountain together if we don't get up at all.
That
Like
part.
if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, you go together.
Mm-hmm,
And I'm in the
mm-hmm.
business of going far together.
That part.
And I will say that till the day I die, you know. So
Yes.
but I also think like, because I know you want to start your own business so badly and work for yourself. And
Oh
it
my
goes
God.
back to one of those very first conversations we had where I was like, it feels so unsafe getting paid by someone else. And that
Yeah,
was
I
very,
know.
very foreign to you. But as you see me thrive, as I will, and thank you for letting me allow to like understand that I am doing better than I realize, that you're going to be like, fuck it. I'm going to do it.
One day I'm going to be like, fuck it. Really, for real, one
You're like,
day.
I'm
It's just, yeah.
actually really going to pay for those LLC fees.
Or I'll find somebody to do it for me. Maybe somebody will do it for me. No, but seriously, like, it's just a matter of time. I feel like I'm really on the verge. To be honest, it might be other people keeping me from doing it because other people think that it's safer to me for me to be working for somebody else instead of myself,
What do
which might
you
be,
feel is the most safest for
I
you?
don't know, Rachel. That's my problem, is that I
Mhm.
just got to get through this like in my head and figure out what I'm going to do
Yeah.
for real,
Hmm.
for real, which is another thing. Look for possibilities. If you're in a mindset where you're like lacking, open up or just say out loud, I want to get rid of the mindset of lack. I'm looking for possibilities. Say it out loud. And then just forget about it.
I think
And I swear to God, possibilities will open up. Look
that's
for them. Look for all the
that's
possibilities that could happen.
that's a great way to think about it because if you think about like, okay, lack, how do I have more abundance? How do I go get more? How do I start to blossom and bloom again? It's just like, well, that puts the pressure on.
Yeah,
And oh my God, I feel lighter almost when you're like, I am just open to possibilities.
I'm open to them. And I know that
You
they're
can
going to
say
present
yes, you
themselves.
can say no. You're still in power, but it's like I am
Yep.
open to the possibility.
Can I tell you my
That feels
favorite phrase
good.
whenever I get into this mindset? My favorite phrase whenever I get into the mindset of lack is, I know that possibilities will present themselves at the right time and the right place for me. I'm
Mhm.
going to meet the right person that's going to give me an opportunity that is going to take this mindset away from me. I'm not worried about it. Everything happens for me at the right time.
Yes. Yeah.
You just have to be very conscious, very cognizant of saying those things when you get into that mindset. That's the trick.
Yeah.
That's the trick. And if we circle back to having positive people, that's what those positive people are for, to remind you there's so many possibilities out here, so
Mm.
many things. Rachel, you literally just started this business. You have 17 appointments. Who's to say that one of those people are not going to go to some kind of event? Other girls are going to love her nails. You're going to get 5 more people. It's literally just going to snowball. The possibilities are endless.
And in my previous larger salon business, it was like I could see the line of people where I was like, "Oh, she was in so and so's yoga class and she liked her nails." And then she was at the
That,
coffee cart and saw her nails. It was a whole trickle
yeah.
down like economy of everything I had ever seen. And then I loved it when my clients didn't know each other and would run into each other and they're like, "Oh my God, let me see your nails. Does Rachel do your nails?"
Yes.
And they're like, yeah, it does. So it's like they could spot my work when it wasn't
Yeah.
even on them. And so,
Yeah.
like right now, I have a client who goes to her CrossFit gym, and I was like, it's a war of attrition. Like they will see your nails and see your nails and see your nails, and then they
Yep.
will be like, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it will come. It will I have absolute faith.
Yeah.
And then it's like building up slowly is kind of a better thing because I want the good clientele that I am the right nail tech for, and I'm ready and I can handle it. And do I want 30 clients a week again? No. And getting more comfortable in my skin as I get older to be like, I am as busy as I am comfortable if I need to be comfortable to be. Like,
Exactly.
I don't need to take on every single client and I don't need to work myself like that anymore or again. And just be like, you're right. And one week I'll have 20 and then I'll have to start a wait list and it'll just be like, you know what? Yeah, it's good. But let me take a step back if I need to say,
Yeah.
I only want to work 4 days a week, like,
And one day and one day that's going to happen again. It's happened
hmm
before. You've already seen the possibility. It's going to happen
yeah.
again.
hmm
Ends of
Yeah.
story.
End
And
of
then
story.
maybe there'll be possibilities that present themselves for me. I have no idea. I have no idea. We're here to wait. We're here to see. Here's what I know. I'm fine with the way my life is right now. I just wish I made a little bit more money. Like that is my whole thing. Like if I could, I don't even need a ton. I just want a little bit more so I could go shopping on my off days instead of instead of putting literally all of my paycheck towards traveling, which is the bridge I have to cross, which is putting me in my mindset. So I know that something's going to come up. I've been doing a lot of like networking in different industries. So I'm waiting to see what happens with that. I got a ton of shit coming up too. So
I'm just wondering when you'll get sick of your own bullshit and talking yourself out of finally
mm,
going for it and believing in
I don't
yourself.
know. I don't know when I'm going to get
Because
sick of
what
it.
is it? $300 is standing between you and
I think it's like
absolute
$300.
glory.
No, and then an initial investment. Like I have to do an initial investment as well.
Yeah. It's it
So
it's so cliche, but you do have to spend money to make money, and it
you
fucking
really
sucks.
do. You
It
really
fucking sucks.
do. And so a couple of the things that I want to do need at least a $10,000 investment. So I have a couple of steps that I'd like to take. I'd like for, there to be an opportunity to present itself so that I can take those steps. So at this point, I'm just trying to do the last and final piece of advice. Set growth oriented goals. The big goal, yes, set it, but then set like 2 or 3 goals in between you and that big goal that grow you towards that goal. So, like for myself, what I've been doing is I have signed up for Coursera on top of getting my fucking master's degree. I've signed up for more education to do more certifications as if I'm not already getting so many. But for like marketing stuff, right? So
Hmm
like ads managers, Microsoft things, Facebook ads, things like that you can get certified in really quickly.
hmm
Just in case like a marketing role like presents itself, because that's what I really want to be in.
Yeah.
But marketing is sales. So on top of that, I've been going to, like I said, networking events for sales and
hmm
meeting a ton of people, meeting CEOs. So I'm curious as to what kind of opportunities that might present themselves to me in the near future outside of my company. And that may take me a different way as well,
Yeah.
you know.
You're open to the possibilities.
I am open to the possibilities. I'm excited to see what presents itself because, quite frankly, ever since I started saying I'm excited to see what happens next, my life has been an adventure. You guys can all steal that from me. I'm excited to see what happens next.
Yes.
It's it's very simple.
hmm
It's very simple and so effective, as you have seen.
It really is.
So
Because I've been with you the whole ride, and I was like, how does she do it? And I've been here for all the shows, and I've been here for the behind the scenes. I was like, it is still amazing and magical to me.
it's been a magical year.
Hmm
I literally, I say it all the time. I know that I'm going through like a little downturn as far as like mindset, But that does not take away the fact that I am so excited to see what happens next. Because my life is a fucking movie right now. And there's plans in the works and goals that are set, but like how I'm getting there, I have no clue, but I know I'm gonna get there.
I know I'm going to get there. Exactly. And again, something I touched on at the beginning of the show, I just want to say, like, yes, are we both in this kind of lack mindset? You know, yes, am I kind of, I feel like I'm like the little dragon smog on top of their like little tiny mountain of
Yes.
gold that I'm just like hoarding my resources right now. But
Yeah.
again, it's like, I, s- I, the funds have shown up for me. And
It's
that
all
has been
cyclical.
incredible and amazing. And I'm like, I don't know where it's come from, but it has. I have yet to be able to not pay my rent or
You've yet to financially panic. You're
correct.
just preemptively panicking for
I am
no reason at
preemptively
this point.
panicking. You're right. You're right.
Anxiety is
Hmm.
trying to know the future. Okay. Depression is
And
trying to change the past.
And I really think getting into this lack mindset, and not that we are control freaks, but it feels good to try and be in control when things are out of control around you. And not that
Yeah.
things are out of control around me, but starting my own business puts me in control of my pocketbook and front in my time. It doesn't matter if I get a call back from unemployment, any jobs or anything, because I was like, I am in control. And I
Yeah.
think kind of a lot of chaotic things are going on around us. And so it is maybe that lack mentality or trying to hoard on to what we have keeps is the only way that we know how to control.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, trusting myself is the only way I know how to do it. But it's like, baby, Mother Universe is like, honey bunny, baby,
Honey
I have taken
bunny.
care of you all year. Why are you panicking now?
Exactly.
But it's like
Thank you, Rachel. Exactly. Why
if
am I
but
panicking now?
but if I was really getting into like my emotions and unpacking those, I was like, I have lack because I am trying to be in control of everything, and I literally can only be in control of what I can control,
Yes.
you know? And so, like, I don't use the word blessed very often, but I was like, I guess the universe is blessing me
You
with,
just you feel taken care of.
yes, again, I may not know where the next meal comes from, but I'm like, I do remember my sister's bringing sushi over tonight when I do her nails. So I'm
Shut
eating
up.
good for being broke somehow, you know,
I
it just
know,
is
girl.
happening, you know. But
Yes.
again, it's just for me, I'll speak for myself, being in that lack mentality and hoarding what little I do have, it's been okay for me, but it's
Yeah.
also like I have been taken care of, so why am I losing trust as well? But it's just because it feels good to have a little bit of control in an almost uncontrollable situation for me, you know? Like I had no control over getting laid off, but the control I do have is taking back my narrative and say, I get to choose what I want to do next. And I'm not
Yeah.
waiting for someone else. I'm going to make it happen on my own.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's where my lack mentality is. But I know it is all cyclical and mindset growth and inner healing is not linear. So I just want to say to our listeners, like, it is okay to go backwards. It is not a straight line.
It
And
is
we're
not.
struggling with it too. And we're going to keep struggling with it in the future. And
Yep.
it's going to be, but it's like the next struggle will be like a level up struggle as long as we're not
Yeah.
dealing with the same sort of lesson over and over and over and again until we learn it, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. I
But
love that
yeah,
message.
just remember those trees do not blossom and bloom all year.
Stop. Just stop in your tracks. You feel in
Hmm.
a sense of lack, a sense of like starting to feel that pit in your gut. Like I'm about to get anxiety over all of this.
I say,
I
trust
don't want
yourself,
that. I don't
Jackie.
want it. I got to just
Nope.
stop it.
Hmm.
Be excited again. Practice gratitude. Call Rachel.
And then I'm gonna call you.
Exactly. Exactly. Well,
Oh, that felt good. It feels good to know
okay.
that we're not alone, you know, and I
Oh, we
hope we can give
definitely aren't.
that same comfort to our listeners out there as well. Hmm.
Yeah. Just one or two of these tools. Take them and run. Run with it.
Yeah, I know that one, Open to the Possibilities, really resonated with me. So if anything resonated with you, let us know on our
Yeah.
socials,
Or
whiskeyBent.spellbound, and or you can email us at checkthis out@blackandwhitefield.com.
and you can also comment on any of our videos. What like about this episode? What is something that you do for your
Yeah,
black
what
mind?
is something that
Comment
you
on
do?
our YouTube or some shit. You know?
How do you calm yourself out of a lack mentality?
How do you do it? Because like
Yeah,
it's hard.
I need
Thank
to
God. Thank
something
God
else
I
to write
have
in my
people in
journal.
my life like you,
Yeah.
you know, like my sister who are like, no, 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 we're not doing that. We are not doing that.
I'll tell you what we're not gonna do.
Yeah,
That.
that bullshit.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
gonna be so excited.
And you know what I also do, I notice sometimes is like if I can't be strong for myself, I'm going to be strong for you because I'll be like,
At
let
least.
me give you the advice that I obviously need right now.
Uh-huh. That I'm not gonna listen to, but you're gonna listen to it. Listen
You,
here.
yeah, because I'm like, you need to start that business, Jackie.
I
Well,
know, right?
but I
And
have
then you're
started.
over there like, I am worried about it.
Yeah, but
Stop.
then I did it. It's good. But what a
I'm gonna
fantastic.
do it one day.
I know. I see you shuffling those cards. I think it's ready for the spellbound portion.
Well, a
Oh,
card literally leaped out.
I love a bonus card full day.
Oh, it leaped out. I had to freaking get it off the floor. It was crazy. All right.
Well, thank you for the whiskey bent portion. And now we are
And
getting
now let me
into
have a
the
drink.
spellbounding. So
Mm,
spooky.
let's do this.
Yes.
Okay, we got so much here. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna open up my app just because like it's so much easier.
Yeah.
So much easier. So the first one is the lovers. But here's the thing, it's upside down.
Okay. Upside down
We got a
lovers.
lovers upside down, and that is indicative of a loss of balance. I know.
Huh,
Here we
you
go.
don't say.
Literally, it's been a couple of weeks since I have read for the show, like actually read. I didn't read last time. I think we got schmammered at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's fine.
I definitely had a bit of mimosas on the last show. Thanks, everybody.
So there, so okay. This is what it says. In a partnership, there may be a sense of feeling like one party is giving or taking too much.
Mhm.
But this doesn't necessarily have to be a partnership. You could be thinking in your own mind, arguing with your own self, and that is making you feel unbalanced. So, what are the arguments in your head that are making you feel like you can't fucking get it together?
And write it
Me,
in one of your million of journals that
literally,
we have.
let's write this shit in our journals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next one is a freaking it's the sphere again, and I'm using the black deck. I really and can I tell you that I read my own tarot every single day, and I how long does it take to memorize these things? I need to
There's a
know.
lot to it. It's
It's
okay.
so many cards.
No one is putting that on you except you, Jackie.
This is a 3 of spheres.
Hmm.
This has a lot to do the sphere, the 3 of spheres has to do with like hard work, consistency, the need to succeed and push forward. And it is upside down, Rachel, which means you're feeling incompetent. You're feeling like you are lacking skill. You're feeling like you need to learn. Jesus.
Cough, cough,
If
Jackie, cough, cough.
holy fuck, you're feeling like you're not doing enough. So you need to do everything else. You need to learn everything so that you can get it together because you're feeling like so unbalanced and you can't uh, do like in your life what you're wanting to do. So you're
Hmm.
trying to overcompensate.
Ah,
The
that was
cards
me.
are real rude today. There's like
They're
Jesus.
not even holding my hand when they're telling me this.
They're reading me for filth.
Yeah, I feel a little called out, but I was like, I know look on your face right now. You are feeling a lot called.
Oh, wait till you hear about this last card.
Oh my God.
So this is the 5 of Wands, but it is also reversed.
This is our first 3 reverse, I think.
This is our first 3 reversal, but FYI, the card that jumped out is right side up, and wait until you see what it is. Like, it
Okay.
is
Oh
so
my
good.
Okay, I'm dying.
It makes me feel really good actually about this reading, because I feel like I'm being really called out. I feel like we both are in different aspects.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 5 of Wands, upside down. This is avoiding conflict. This is avoiding confronting what you're afraid of. This is being afraid of confrontation, afraid of dealing with what you need to deal with. Jesus Christ, I'm getting yelled at. They didn't even lube it up, okay? Holy shit. So what are you avoiding? What are you afraid of? Ask yourself that, Jackie,
You're afraid
and
of
confront that
failing.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
afraid. Yeah,
You're afraid of failing. What if I
exactly.
do this and I'm failing? Like, okay,
What
then
if
you
I do
do.
this and I fail? And then it's like, but what if you don't try?
You're always going to be stuck. That's the thing.
It's so, yeah, I don't want to the thing is like I don't want to regret not trying. Like, I don't want to regret. Yeah.
So I think that's where you are right now. Like I just always say like you just you just have to get sick of your own bullshit.
I have to get sick of my own bullshit. And the last
Mhm.
card, the one that jumped out at me,
Mhm.
is the Chariot, which has everything to do with direction, control, and willpower. Success and victory is the result of pure willpower and self control. To achieve and accomplish what you desire, you have to take the reins and harness the chaos around you and just fucking do it. I'm done. I'm done with this deck of tarot cards. I am done with whoever is controlling what cards I pull out. I'm fucking done with it. I have been yelled at enough today. I'm finishing my drink.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Second swig for our audio listeners. She is okay. Jackie has downed that drink. Mm-hmm. Well done.
that
Well,
was really, really hard to get through. Like, my ears are on fire. My ears are on fire. I'm having a
you're having a hot
physical
flash.
look at their
Oh
red.
my
Look
God.
how red they are.
And how do you
My
feel?
ears are fire.
Because I feel like I'm moving through this lack mentality because I really struggled to like build a website, make my business cards. I know I need to do it. And then I did it. And did I learn anything from it? I'm sure I'm going to get stuck on something again and did do something really easy to get out of it. And is a cycle and that's my own thing. But like for you, as I'm maybe transitioning out of this lack mindset and learning to trust the universe and myself again, you're transitioning more into it. And so it's like um, I don't know. I got something definitely from that tarot reading of like, yeah, that feels really like relatable and whatnot. But I was like, oh, Jackie, you just got yelled at.
I got yelled at by spirit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because she's sick of your
it's
bullshit too.
I am sick of my bullshit too, Rachel. I am actually sick of my own bullshit and like being afraid. I'm annoyed with myself of being so afraid of just fucking going for it. I know that if I don't go for it, I will regret that choice for the rest of my life. That's my problem. That's my problem. And I know how afraid I am. And because of that, I feel like this mindset of like, bitch, you're not getting ahead at work because that's not what's meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
That I want to say that to myself. You know, sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, hey, I have a gut feeling I have to say something
Mm-hmm.
out loud. I really feel like sometimes that's like universe, spirit, whatever. It's inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as soon as you're done being fucking afraid, go for it and just do it, or do it afraid. Just do it afraid and see what happens.
I feel like it's
So
always
what?
like,
You fail? Go waitress. Who gives a fuck? Who
who
gets?
cares
You
if you
get
fail?
one time. You
I
get
don't
one time on this rock that is literally hurtling through space. What are you gonna do?
here, I'm gonna share this with you because I did nails for 10 years. And I took I'm coming back to doing nails after taking a quote unquote a 5 year
Hiatus.
break. But I
Yeah.
was still doing my nails at home.
Yeah.
So it's like even though I wasn't taking clients, I was still doing nails. And I'm glad but I ever did. But it's like, did I go to coding school? Did I pay $10,000 to do it? Absolutely I did.
Yeah.
Did I cash it all in just to go and do this thing that I was like, it's not really for me? Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
And you know what? I do not regret getting that education. I do not regret working on the NASA web modernization project. I do not regret any of it.
Yeah.
I know now more that I love being in the beauty industry. I love talking to people. I love being able to life coach them during their appointments. And I don't see transitioning into tech as a failure at all.
Yeah.
Because you send me websites all the time. Look at this. And I was like, I know how to look at that. I
Yeah.
know what to do. And so
Yeah.
it's like you can always take that education and go help other people with it or go and like I made my nail website in like an hour.
Yeah.
It would have taken me forever if I hadn't have done that.
Yeah.
Glitterlyfabulousnails.com, by the way. And so it's just quick
I
shout out.
love it.
But it's like
Plug.
like you go getting all your education, it is never a waste to go get yourself educated.
That's true. I
And
know
you're
that.
like, okay, say it didn't work out for you. Okay, you bettered yourself in the process. Is that really all a waste?
It's
It's never
trying a
wasted.
waste. That's the
No,
thing. It's trying a waste. I
because
don't think so.
I don't see my time in tech as a failure. I see
Yeah.
it as like the next thing I did. And I just how I live my life, because especially going through my divorce, I was like, am I making the wrong choice? And then I just really had to teach myself this over and over and over again, just to know that choices are neutral.
Right.
There
Right.
is no right or wrong choice. There is no right or wrong path. There are just choices.
Yeah.
And so it's like there isn't when I'm like, "Oh my God, there's no wrong answer. There is just an answer." And you
Right.
have to choose something.
If you get
There's no
if you
wrong
get to
answer.
that point, my only advice, and this is what I've learned only recently,
Mhm.
is go. And here's the thing. This I'm talking to myself too at this point. Now that I'm about to say this, go with the one that excites you the most. Go with the one that gives you like an actual gut reaction, even if that's fear.
Mhm.
And I should just do it. I should just do it.
Because the way I talk about nails,
Yeah.
people are like, Deadpool, my sister, everyone is like, I've
Yeah,
never seen
you're
you
different.
even you, I have never seen you so excited to talk about work like this.
You get excited about nails. That's your passion. You're
Yes.
artistic. You love
Yeah.
doing it. You're great at
Mm-hmm.
it. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta find my own thing. That's my thing. That's what I gotta do. That's my goal for
I don't
2025,
care
I
what
think.
you do. I just want you to buy that LLC.
Fine.
And on that note,
On that note,
thank
I've been
you.
yelled at by Spirit and
Mm.
Rachel. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone, to another fantastic and fabulous episode of Whiskey Bent
Spellbound with Black.
and Whitefield. Please be sure to check us out on Patreon. Jackie's out of a drink on Patreon. And you can see, you can get extra early access to these shows as well as bonus material as well, little lifestyle check-ins as well. And then you can catch us on all our socials at whiskey.spellbound as well. Jackie, you were right about that too. Jackie drinks.
I told
Well,
you
and
two drinks.
we'll
That's
catch
it.
you over on Patreon. And until next time, thank you so much. Clinkies.
Love
Love
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.